it will be wrong of me to leave this mic without saying to Britain and everybody else who care, we do not mourn the death of a colonizer and a murderer who came and killed our people, and she's wearing proudly a stolen goods on her head. We have nothing to do with the Queen. Today, people tweet, hey, we mourn the Queen. But when Helen Zille tweeted and said that not everything is bad about colonialism, you all said Helen Zille is a racist. How can she praise colonialism? By mourning and praising the Queen, you are celebrating colonialism. You are not different from Helen Zille. We were not colonized by the land called Britain. We were colonized by the leadership of Britain that killed our people. So we must not be asked to do wrong things here. We are very clear. The Queen does not represent anything good. Britain has got a lot of gold, yet they don't have a single mine of gold. Those are stolen goods. We must talk about reparation. We must talk about the return of the gold. We must talk about the return of the stolen diamond, and not these other side issues which are not important to us. How can you be oppressed for so many years? After liberation, you've got nothing to show that we have been liberated. You have no land, you have got no bank, you've got no mine. The only thing you have is a hatred of other Africans. It was this Queen who gave us surnames, by the way. This Britain, we did not have surnames. We were calling each other Kadireto Jarina. The surnames and the addresses, we did not have an address because they move up from year to year according to the season. So today, we are given address, we are given borders, we are given surnames because we must be controlled by a certain nation which we must celebrate. We, as black people, everywhere else we are one thing. You said you don't want the people of Zambia, you don't want the people of Zimbabwe, you don't want the people of Swaziland. When we're putting the king of the Zulus, there were Zulus from Zambia, there were Zulus from Zimbabwe, there were Zulus from Malawi. But you are beating up a Malawian and saying we don't want Malawian. You even speak in Zulu that you don't want Malawians. You don't know that person is a Zulu like you who left here during those years to go and settle that side. The coronation of the king should have actually educated all of us that indeed we are one thing, because there is Mpofu in Zimbabwe, there is Mpofu in Eastern Cape, there is Mpofu in Parliament now, as we speak, representing public protector. So which Mpofu you don't want? Because all these Mpofus are one thing, they are Mpofus. So we are one thing as the continent, and we must embrace each other and demand the return of our land. PAC, we congratulate you for having held a successful conference, because they don't want black people to meet and resolve their issues peacefully. They showed us thugs there who were pushing gates and all of that so that they can perpetuate a narrative that the PAC is disorganized. You disappointed a lot of enemies of black people. When we meet as black people, we must discuss and resolve our problems ourselves without impressing the enemy. We want the PAC, we want Azapo, we want ATM, we want all of us to come together and make sure that we fight for a historical mission, which is the return of the land. I will never meet people and not talk about the land. Even the public protector must investigate the stealing of the land by these people who came here to steal our land. Thank you very much for your discipline. We thank you for your discipline, because every time we meet like this, they expect wrong things. You demonstrated discipline coming this way, and when you go back home, please continue to be disciplined. And if you arrive home late due to transport issues, make sure you deliver females first at their homes before you go home, and make sure they are safe. The only way to make sure they are safe, you wait at the gate until the light goes on. Then it means she is inside. Then you can go home. We must love each other and protect each other and see each other as equals. Amanda! Amanda! Viva South Africa! Viva!
I'm a king, yes, I'm a king, I think I'm a king,